how do we improve the standards of quality of products here in Nigeria? We are happy to be joined by the Director General and the CEO of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Mr. Farouk Salim, who just last year, you're welcome, sir, good morning to you.
Thank you.
Just last year, you were in, I think it was Igbenedion University in Edo State. You gave a talk,
Yes.
it was a few months ago, where you were talking about the need to improve the standards of products
Yes.
in Nigeria. How do we get there?
Well, we get there basically by trying to adhere to the standards. Basically, there are standards for almost every item.
Yes.
And it's very important to pay attention to those standards, to do them. For the reason, common reason being, it's easier to sell products that people are confident they will do what they promise to do. If our products are not up to standard, then there won't be customers, there won't be repeat buyers. So almost everything you do, it's like the TV station here.
Yeah.
If people are not happy with the level of information they are getting,
yeah.
They are not going to patronize you because there are other customers in,
Right.
in the business.
Great
so you
analogy.
become popular because essentially people are happy and they verify the information you provide. So standards are very important, and what is more important is to go above the standards, not below.
Great analogy. In fact, we just had a stats that more people watch Arise News on YouTube than a number of other stations,
Yes.
CBS and Bloomberg and stuff. So I guess people are happy with
And
our
it's not
standards.
magic, it's a standard.
It's a standard. Well, how do you get those standards up? How do you do that? As far as what you're doing at the Standards Organization of Nigeria.
Yes. Well, that is a very general question, and I don't think you have that much time to do. For example, take any item.
Right.
Take iron rods product,
Okay.
the one you build houses within.
Yeah.
Essentially, if it says it's 11 millimeters, you will like your contractor to measure with a caliper that is 11 millimeters. If it says the tensile strength or the mass content of that thing is the right thing, then when you put a building, it's not going to collapse. So it's a life and death issue, depending on what product you're talking about.
Yeah.
In your own case, it's a quality issue, so the customers will patronize you, then you get your salary.
Yeah.
And in some other businesses where there are life-endangering items, people die. People have crashes in cars, planes, because standards are below. Like, you know, a long time ago, the shuttle crashed because one little item, 0.99% of all the other items they checked, that little item was wrong. There was a little dent on the body of the shuttle when it was crossing across the hemisphere.
Yeah.
So because of that dent, the whole thing caught fire.
Yeah, yeah, I get you. I want to ask you something, and help us out because I was almost guilty of confusing you with NAFDAC. All right,
Yes.
and we had a quick chat before we came on here, but let's talk about that.
Yes.
I mean, you are the Standards Organization of Nigeria,
Exactly.
right? Then you've got other agencies like NAFDAC that are supposed to review.
They are regulators.
Regulators. So there's no overlap because. So for example, I think it was late last year or so, where the primary, what is it now? The Primary Healthcare Development Agency of Nigeria, NPHDA, said that about 70% of medicines in Nigeria were substandard.
Yes.
So it would be, there's no overlap between you and now. It would be incorrect for me to bring that to you and say, hey, what are you doing about that? Because
you can bring it to me because we supervise the industry.
Right.
So if there is an industry that is guilty of producing substandard goods,
Okay.
say, you see the difference between SON and NAFDAC or NICDAT or any other regulatory agencies, all the standards are set with the collaboration of customers. So when you are setting standards for drugs, you don't go to NAFDAC to set them, you come to SON to set them.
Okay.
So now, if you have an aspirin, 325 milligram aspirin, and then you go to Edo State, they are producing aspirin, you want that standard to be the same. So that's where it stops. And then from there, NAFDAC's responsibility is to regulate the industry, to make sure the products are not fake, they are up to standard.
Right.
So we work together. And we monitor industries. It's our responsibility to make sure our Nigerian products compete favorably with the products in Niger or in USA. So that's where when you take a product to export, it lands in a port somewhere in the Europe, and they will look at our mark and they say, okay, this has been accredited, this is the product, it's okay, now you can go through.
Right.
So that's what standards does to you. It gives you a good market to market your product. And like this African free trade area,
yes,
the whole idea is to have a seamless border crossing. Yeah. There are a lot of companies now in some of our neighboring countries where they are building their factories with the sole hope of coming into our market. Yeah. Now, if the standards are not followed, yeah, right, then we can block those things from coming in. Otherwise, if they have up to standard products, they'll come in and compete with our products. Yeah. And if our products are below standards, our customers here will choose the foreign product, and then we close our factories, yeah, and we have unemployment, we have restive youth, we have bandits, we have everything you can think of, because really there are no jobs because the industries are closing. So standards keep industries open, standard keeps people alive, right, standard keeps the whole business that you expect, you know, to work. Great stuff. You see, I'm clear now. So if one comes to says, oh, there's too many substandard items coming through the border into Nigeria, you don't come to SON, you go to the customs and tell them to watch the border. No, you come we still come to you? Yes. See, okay, help me. So wait. So what about the responsibility with customs? You see, customs charge... Oh, border patrol, sorry. Border patrol, they charge duties. Okay. The custom officer technically is not trained to check for standards or quality. Yes. He will look at your watch and say, this watch costs $10,000, I'm going to fine you $1,000 as taxes. Right. But he doesn't have the ability to look at the Rolex you bought on the street of New York to see whether that Rolex is real or fake. It's people in the Standard Organization of Nigeria who are trained to check for quality and you know, products. Right. So the customs do their job. When the container is open, they say this product is worth ₦1 million, we'll charge you 100,000. Now, they don't have the ability to say, this product looks like it's fake. Yeah. Let's test it. Gotcha. Because even Standard Organization employees are not just going to, by fiat, say this is substandard. Yeah. We have to test the products. So then if the product is substandard, then we say, okay, this is why it's substandard. It can be something as simple as the label. You know, you have seen a lot of products imported from foreign countries, yes, where they are labeled with foreign language. Yes. But we are Nigerians, we speak, we read English. Right. So essentially, if any product, no matter how up to date, up to standard is, if it's done in Arabic or in Chinese, is below standard in terms of labeling. So it has to be now labeled in the language we understand. So standards can be as simple as something like that, that can be corrected. Yeah. And standards can be, oh, the product doesn't even look good. If you plug this charger, it will explode. So we cannot allow you to bring it into our market. You know, so it's a gamut of, you know, like a spectrum. Yeah, yeah, and you're very quickly, in about a minute, calibration. Can you quickly talk about the importance of calibration? Well, the importance of calibration is, in a straightforward way, is for you to get what you ask for. Okay, okay, okay. If I say this bag of rice is 50 kilos, yeah, you take it home, and your wife decided to make sure, she wants to make sure she's not cheated, yeah, she pushed it on her weight scale, yeah, it will say 50 kilos. Right. If an industry has products, people, suppliers, supplying goods to them, and their machines that are weighing those supplies are not accurate, they will be cheated. Gotcha. And if they are producing products that need to be weighed, they will lose money. And if the customer is getting product that is below standard, they will lose money. Or, on the other hand, if you have somebody building an apartment for you, yeah, so he's supposed to take 10 kilos of cement, 10 kilos of sand and mix it together, but the weight machine is it's not calibrated. Right. Then you can put the wrong mixture and then the building will collapse. Gotcha. So you need to have accurate calibration, yeah, to get the things right. This has been a very illustrative conversation. We are extremely grateful for you to coming on it. You've schooled me. You've educated me on a number of things, and I hope you've done the same for our viewers as well. Yes, I hope so too. Mr. Farouk Salim, CEO, Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for having me.